Hello friends, this is Jayant Ronkar working as Assistant Professor, Department of Information Technology, Tulsiramji Gaikwad Patil College of Engineering and Technology. Friends, today we are going to learn about practical number 1 of subject distributed system, that is write an application program to implement RPC mechanism for a file transfer. And the objective of this practical number 1 is to understand the concept of RPC mechanism. In this we will see how the file is to be transferred from one location to another location, from one node to another location, node, and how the process of RPC is to be done. So first of all we will see the basic concept of RPC. RPC is nothing but a remote procedure call. In many of the distributed system files have been based on explicit message exchange between the processes. However, the procedure send and receive do not conceal communication at all, which is important to achieve access transparency in distributed system. This problem has no long been known, but little was done about it until a paper by the Barrell and Nelson in 1984 introduced a completely different way of handling the communication. Although the idea is refreshingly simple once some has thought of it, the implementations of often subtle. In this practical we will examine the concept and its implementation and its strength and weaknesses. In a nutshell, what Barrell and Nelson suggested was allowing program to call procedure located on another machine. When a process machine A call a procedure on machine B, the calling process on A is suspended and the execution of the called procedure takes place on machine B. The information can be transported from the caller to the callee in parameter and can come back in the procedure result. No message passing at all is visible to the programmer. This method is known as remote procedure call. So through using the RPC, that is remote procedure call, it is possible to access the process which is running at remote location in machine B will be called by the another process which is available at some remote location, and the communication is to be done, but one process will be suspended while another process want to execute that process. So this is what the basic concept behind the RPC. So we have to implement it and we have to do it in practically. So here in this diagram we can see that parameter passing in a local procedure call, that is stack before the implementation, stack before the communication is given. Here you can see in this diagram stack pointer is there where it is pointed to the main program in the local variables, and in diagram B we can see that main program's local variable n bytes, buffer is there, fd is there, return address and reads its local variable will be done on the another side. So here the basic concept behind RPC is the idea behind RPC is to make a remote procedure call look as much as possible like a local one. In another word, we want RPC to be transparent. The calling procedure should not be aware that the call procedure is executing on different machine and vice versa. Suppose that a program need to read some data from file, the programmer put a call to read in the code to get the data. In traditional single processor system, the read routine is executed from the library by the linker and inserted into the object program. It is short procedure which is generally implemented by calling an equivalent read system calls. In other words, the read procedure is a kind of interface between the user code and the local operating system. So the basic idea behind RPC is that RPC is used to call the process which is running at another machine. So calling machine will call the process from the caller machine and it will execute it. So till the execution of that process on one machine, it will be hold at another machine. So this is what the concept behind the RPC. So to summarize the points regarding the RPC, we have to follow the following steps. The client procedure call the client stub in the normal way. Second one is the client stub build a message and call the local operating system. Then client has send the message to the remote machine. Then remote machine as gives the message to the server stub. The server stub unpacks the parameters and call the servers. Then the server does the work and return result to the stub. The server stub packs it in a message and call its local as. The server has sent the message to the client as. So client as gives the message to the client stub. The stub unpack the result and return to the client. So this is what the process behind remote procedure call. So remote procedure call, that is the RPC, is very important method and aspect in the distributed system. So this is what all about the practical number 1, that is the RPC for the file transfer. So thank you very much.